All right, so I got this new sprinkler head for my septic, and I'll show you here in a second. The one that's out here has been broken for quite some time. I had a video a while back where I showed that I was having to fix it because the septic install guys never actually glued it on. So it laid out here in the dirt and sand for several months on its side like that, and I guess it got some sand inside of it to where now it doesn't pivot properly. So don't worry, it's not knocked over and broken, it's just leaning over because when it sprays out, it's just blasting out this direction, so it's making the whole thing lean over, but it is still glued tight, it is still working. But I was going to show you, I tried to take it apart and diagnose it. I couldn't figure out why it was jammed, but what it's doing is it won't spin like it's supposed to, it's stuck. So this is an easy swap as can be. This is just hand tight, okay? Just threads on there. If your septic guy torqued it up so tight that you can't take it off by hand, then that's foolish. There's no need for it to be. It's an exterior application. If it drips a little bit, so be it. Whoops. So that one's junk. Here's the new one. It's like 12 bucks on Amazon. Actually, this was kind of funny. So this, I'll put a link to it on Amazon, but Amazon had a brand new one that I think was like $15, and it wasn't Prime, for Prime, free shipping and all that. So I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Well, I saw that it said shop used for like $11, and so I clicked on that, and it said like new, still in the box, just no instructions. Okay, well, I don't need instructions to put this thing on. So I clicked the used one, and then it was Prime eligible. So it was like I got it 2-day shipping and cheaper, so that was cool. But what I was going to show you was how you adjust this thing. Here on top, that little slot, you see the arrow is pointed at 180. You can just free turn that with a flathead screwdriver to 90, 270, 360, or any one of those increments in between. So I've set it at 180 for now because I want to have it spraying. See, my garden is right here between us and the house. So I want it to be able to spray basically from here, 180 around to there, and not have it spraying on the garden. It's not that I'm really that worried. It's 99% pure water. I really wouldn't care if it sprayed on the garden. I'm not concerned about that, but I need the garden to dry out, if it will, with all this rain. I need the garden to dry out a little bit so that we can plant up there, and these things run almost daily, so it keeps things wet. But anyway, so now, let's see, I'll show you. Actually, I bet I can show you here. Let's go ahead and thread this on. And, come on, let me get it started here. There it goes. Okay, so it just threads on, and then of course when the water actually turns on, this part here pops up and sprays. But I'm gonna just turn it here, and so you can see there's full to the left, full to the right. So it's only turning 180 degrees. Now what I need to do is, it's turning 180 degrees from here to there. I need it to go from here to here. So I can just turn this head a little bit here, tighten it down a little bit more, and now my spray pattern is it's still doing the same thing. Basically, I'm going straight out to straight back, so it helped a little bit. See if I tighten her up a little bit more, what that does. Okay, that's not doing it. So let me take it apart and look at it, because I can't remember, but there is a way to change how the angle faces. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so switch to the other side here, but so what you have to do is you have to take this cap off, and then you pull this whole thing out, and you see right here on this plastic ring there's these little notches about every 10 degrees or so, and down inside the sprinkler head here there's these splines. There's one there, there's four of these splines. So there's one below my finger, and they're at 90 degrees offset. So as you drop this in, see right now I can turn this thing freely, but once you slide it in and lock in place with those splines, you can't turn it anymore. Okay, so the orientation of this is the sprinkler head is lined up with this 360 number. No matter what setting, the arrow's telling you 180, but the water is ejecting out at 360. So that shows me the direction of my spray. So when I go all the way to the right, it's spraying back towards the garden, which means all the way to the left is 180 degrees out. So I need to just loosen this, pull up, and I need to turn it until the 360 is 90 degrees basically, or till the 360 is in the middle of the 90 degree of 180 degree spray pattern, if that makes sense. So if you're wanting to go 180 degrees here, left to right, 90 degrees is pointing out. So now I should be able to thread this down, and we'll check my angle here. Oh, I went too far. Okay, so it's wanting to turn like it wants me to put the 360. So it wants it not at 90 degrees. That's a little better. It's almost like it wants me to put the 360 all the way to one end. So there's lined up with 180 degrees of where I want to go. So 360 is out to the side there. So I wanted to do this pattern. So I'm all the way to the right, all the way to the left. There we go. So I went a little too far still. Like I said, this is just iteration. So basically, yeah, you want it lined up. Like I said, you can make the minute adjustments. So now where are we at? All the way to the right, all the way to the left. Okay, so that's it. Got it fixed.